Hey, what is up? Just gonna be continue VOD reviewing some of my games today. Just two quick games against Zoro today. I'm not gonna go over the card by card. I just did like a deck profile review breakdown thingy in my last video, and just had like a bunch of lists up there, and I don't quite remember which list I was testing at the time of recording these videos, unfortunately. So my apologies about that. But just I guess for this one, just have to bear with it. Anyways, just jumping into the game. First one is against Red Zoro. We win dice roll and we opt to go second. I think this matchup was pretty hard for us a couple sets ago, but with DMG and everything, I think it did get a little easier. Being said, let's look at our starting hand, and it doesn't look that great. Just no playables, even though we have plenty of counters, so I think you opt to mulligan this hand away. And then we kind of mulligan into the god hand of like 3 small drop searchers, and then a Sanji Pudding, so it's really good. Our opponent starts with a Nami searcher and grabs the Rush Zoro, and then we're going to start with 2 searches of our own, grabbing the Fat Zoro off the first one, which is really good for us. And then the Nami searcher can contest this if it ever turns sideways. And then probably here just opt to grab the 2k. I don't think there's anything else that's worth grabbing in this position. Opponent swings a 5, we just take the first one, and then they play the Zoro standing, which is fine. I do think you pseudo-starve in this match, and rather than developing the Fat Zoro now, I opt to just play the Zoro first. You can just grab a 2k. Opponent dons one up and decides to swing 6. And just give like 1 card each fall. The swings are light, and they mulligan my Zoro away, which is good for us, I think, because that means maybe our Sanji Pudding here survives. Assuming they don't have a second mulligan. And then we can swing 6 to the Zoro. And they give a 2k, and then we tap the Zoro down, and then I absolutely troll here by swinging this Nami first, because now that that's gone, this loses the pseudo rush. Like, this Zoro honestly probably still lives, but that means we just like got to tax another card out of their hand. So really big blunder there by me. Opponent dons up again, swing 6, I take the first one. They swing 8 and put us down to 1, and then they mulligan my Sanji Pudding, so they did have the second one. Go ahead and swing 5 at the Zoro. Which, in all honesty, maybe that was incorrect as well. I think I just do the Luffy Taro into Sanji Pudding, and I just swing a 6 into there with leader. And if they save it, then I can swing this. Like go 6-6, or even like 7-7, and then just leave this standing so that they, like the Bagua gets better value if he swings into leader and I still keep a unit on board. I guess it doesn't matter either way. Decide to search and just grab a 2k, and then we're like pretty ahead on board now. Opponent dons one up. Oh, I forgot, they take quite a while to think. So they finally swing 7. So like if I let this stand, then they have to swing 7 at leader, which I just 2k out of, and then I can save my Bagua for a different turn. But here, like if I want to save this, I gotta give like 2-1, which I probably want to keep the searcher. So I end up Baguaing out just to keep the pressure going. So I think, yeah, that was probably a mistake there. They play out the Chopper and the Robson, and they leave 1 Don up. And then I decide to DMG the Don and the Chopper down, I believe. Which, I don't know if this was correct, because, like, I think my idea at the time, obviously, was to get rid of this Chopper, so that, like, and tap the Dawn down so they can't summon another thing. But if I tap these down, then like they end up losing 2 units anyways. There's always a chance that they whiff off the Shut Up and Come With Us as well. So, and then let's see what happens first. So they let this go. And then I play a Zoro. Give a 7. Which if I'm going to do this, I probably push 7, 7, 8 so they don't get to get that like free 2k counter block off there. But I think like another thing, like another mistake here is I should have swung 4 into 4 here. Because if they counter out, then we get to rip another counter and they're already like super low in hand. And then we can swing this 5 here. Otherwise, like this gets like another chip out life instead, and they get closer to a lethal range. So I think that was another minor misplay that I did. The turn passes back to them, they Dawn up, and they clear my Zoro finally with the Robson, which is fine. And then I believe they also end up taking some time to think here as well. After swinging 7 at leader, just easy 2k there. And then they end up playing like these double animals out and then leave 2 Dawn up, which and I end up trying to go for the kill here, which I think is fine, but I think if I'm going to do that, I think I start with the 7 here, because this could be either one of 2 things. It's probably like either a Radical Beam or another Shut Up and Come With Us event. If they Shut Up and Come With Us, then they're 5 wide, and then there's a good chance that I die next turn. But swinging 6 here, they get just 2k out for free, which is not good for us. But here now, if one is a Shut Up and Come With Us, then we know like the other one, or like we know one of these is a brick. So I think if they have any shot at surviving, like this cannot be a Shut Up and Come With Us, and if that's the case, then there's like a real argument to try and maybe play for another turn. But I decided to push face anyways. But I think, yeah, I think while they still had 3 cards, like here, this should have been a 7 at life first, and we can ladder case downwards. So if they like counter out here, then we can push like another, like then maybe we can push the 6 here. Otherwise, like if they take this, then we push a 9 with Luffy Taro. If they take down to 0, then I guess we play the Rush Luffy leader ability 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we could push another 7. And possibly the only way they win is like a double like Rab Beam, which I don't think is as likely, but that means if that's the case, then they don't have like another Shut Up and Come With This event. And then also if I start with a 7 and they Shut Up and Come With This event here, then we know that it can only be 1 Rad Beam now. So I think starting with the 7, they probably Shut Up and Come With Us here. And then we sort of have like the guarantee on the kill, because here, even with the Rad Beam, it doesn't save them. Yeah, then I just push another 7 here, and they skip because they don't have anything. Yeah, because even if the Shut Up and Come With Us finds them like another blocker chopper, they still have to block with the blocker chopper, and then I just go like 10-10, and they can't counter out of there. So, yep, that was game 1. Yeah, the only point of contention, I think, like, other than the few mistakes I made earlier, is like maybe I try and play for another turn, and like I swing 4 into the 4 with the Nami into the Robson, and then if they end up countering out, then I can shift to try and kill, because there's like no, there's probably no way you try and save this. I think it just makes your hand a lot weaker, and then yeah, probably puts you more at risk of dying at that point. So I think now that I think about it, the double should have come with us. They were probably just looking to try and find like double chopper blocker or something, which would have been insane from them, but probably unlikely. So I guess even if we did kill this, the fact that they have double should have come with us, they can just refill their board again. So actually, yeah, now that I think about it again, trying to kill probably was correct. I just think the swing number was pretty bad. Yeah, but that's it for game 1. Going into game 2 is a game against Green Zoro. I lose the dice roll, but the opponent opts to go second, so I've noticed some Green Zoros do like taking second away against us. I'm not sure if it's correct. I think SimStats just came out and it's about 50-50 either way anyways. Like I think our win rate going first is like 2% higher, and I know SimStats aren't everything, so it's kind of hard to say whether like which one is correct or not, but I don't think it matters too much. But anyways, our hand, it's a little sus, but like I think with this searcher maybe we can just grab like look for the Sanji pudding anyways. So I probably should start with the Nami searcher, even though like you want to filter this brick out because like this can contest the Hiyori if it comes down, or like a Queen if they play it on 4. We can contest that later, but I start with the stage and I find the Sanji pudding, and our opponent ends up playing a double Perona, so there's no Hiyori, so we just get kind of lucky there. Here we just swing 5. They usually take the first one, then we can grab a second Sanji pudding. We see one Bagua go to the bottom, but we have one in hand, so it's not too bad. They do not see the Queen, so we get a little lucky again. Which, also, what did they grab off of these Peronas? I didn't see. So the first one he grabs a Tushigi, and then the second one, they just grab a 2K. So, with the Hiyori, they grab the Koshiro, and then they just play it down, so nothing too super impactful, but they do have the Tashigi in hand now. Now we can just play the Sanji pudding. Decide a leader ability because we do have the Bagua. I do cycle out the stage here, which maybe is not correct because we can try and play around Luna later with double stage. But he opts to play the Cavendish instead. Plays another Hiyori, which is really annoying for us. Swing 6, which I think I'm probably supposed to counter there with the 2K, because like I have plenty of counter, and I don't have to use the Bagua for a 6. I could just save the Bagua for the swing later, which I end up doing, but I think taking this second 6 swing when the swings are just going to get bigger later is probably a mistake, so I definitely think that was incorrect. I have to swing 5 into the searcher, unfortunately, which they opt to let go. Then I can swing the 7, play another Sanji pudding, and I draw off of it. And then like this would have been an okay position to ditch the stage out from earlier, but I'm not sure if this is like, I'm not sure if this Zoro was worth playing out in this position either, because this is me just saying like I'm gonna counter out of this swing without Thunder Bagua, so which can get a little dicey, I think. 3 2Ks, but I'm gonna have to counter out this Cavendish swing as well, so definitely think, yeah, definitely a little bit greedy of me to go ahead and do that. The Cavendish swing 6, which we have to 2K out of, unfortunately. And then they played the Tushigi. can tap down our Zoro, and luckily they decide to go at our Zoro instead of our life. Here we can DMG, get that good value, and then they have one Dawn up. So I decided to swing 8 at the Cavendish, and I swing another 8 at the Cavendish, and he blocks 1Ks. Then I play the third Sanchi Pudding. And then decide to push another 8, leaving 2 open for double Bagua. Them leaving the 1 Dawn up there means I'm guessing they have DMG. That's just sort of what it signals. Because I think if they had like Paradise Waterfall or something, I think they just restand the Cavendish in one of those swings, to be honest. They play another Cavendish. Swing 9, which we can Bagua out of. But now these like little swings are coming our way, which gets a little annoying. Goes another 8K at lead, which we decide to take, which is kind of crazy, because we know a 9K swing is coming. I guess we can just Bagua out of this one, so it's not the biggest deal actually. Do we decide to DMG? Oh, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I think we should probably Bagua there. And then they Luna our board, which is unfortunate for us. So we end up deciding to push life, but I think in this position, like, I think this is wrong. I think we should have played board here. Reason being is like they're down to 4 cards in hand, and like they'll gladly take this, right? Because I'm not really in a position to kill them. Like, if I decide to try and double tap with Luffy here, I think it just like, it's too easy of a counter to get, like for them to get out of. So I think playing the Zoro here is correct. I think I recognize that. And I really needed to find a giant, but unfortunately I don't find it. I think rather than grabbing a 2K though, maybe grabbing the second Zoro might have been correct to try and look for another giant. Because after that I go 1, 2 for leader ability, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I could play double Zoro, and then I'd still have 6 Dawn left over, so I can swing like another 7 at leader, put them to 1, and be 5 wide. And then that also gives me like an opportunity to look for a giant. And then I can, like, if I survive this next turn, like, it gives me the opportunity to try and kill. But instead I end up playing this Rush Luffy, just leaving 4 Dawn up. I can't really Dawn up because I need all this Dawn up. I do end up putting them to 0, but then like this, like they're going into their kill turn and I don't, like I just have to pray that this is a giant, and even if it's a giant, it means my Thunder Bagua becomes useless. And now that they swing 10 here, like I have to let it go, whereas if I didn't play this out and I just went double Zoro Juro, like I can use this to close out the game. Like even if they clear like 1 or 2 units, I still have 3 other attacking units plus the rush, so and in that case, like then they might be like disincentivized to turn the Mihawk sideways. So here they have the double restand event, or the restand event, I'm sorry, and then I have to 2-1 this, and then unfortunately I do not have a giant. I guess even with the giant, like I'd have to giant the Bagua and then hope I draw into like another giant, which would have been a little unfortunate, to be honest. So I definitely think, if anything here, I like just play 1 Zoro Juro, grab like the counter, and then just try to jam into this Mihawk. I think is another line I could have gone, because if this Mihawk dies, then I'm still like 4 wide. The only thing that might sort of cause some trouble. Yeah, and then if the Mihawk lives after I swing, like, so if I play this for 4, then I go back to having all 10 after that, right? And then I can go 1, 2, 3, it's 10, 12, 14, like 14 into this Mihawk, 10, 12, 14. This would have to be like 2k, 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 1k. And I think since they held up the Dawn earlier, I guess it could be a Paradise Waterfall, but I believe Paradise Waterfall is also only a 2k counter. So yeah, this would have to be like a 2k, 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 1k for them to get out of that. Which in that case then, like I can just swing. I guess if this gets rested, then I can't swing into the Tushigi, and I'm kind of screwed either way. But I think that's like a better gamble we could have taken rather than the route we went where we just die. Yeah, because after we swing 14 into this, still have 4 Dawn left. Yeah, I suppose like if we have 4 Dawn left, then like I guess like maybe we die to them DMGing. Like if we're gonna play around DMG, then we just leave 3 Dawn open, right? And we only have like one, like with 3 Dawn we can play both Bagua and DMG, but we don't play around. Like if they DMG us, we can't use both, obviously. But then DMG is also like, it's actually quite expensive for this deck. So, yeah, I think definitely if I was like committing to playing board when I try to kill that Cavendish, at this point when they don't have a lot of cards in hand, I definitely should have been actually like opting to play board more and then setting up for like a 2-turn lethal instead of just like pushing face. So I think I tunnel visioned a bit too hard here, and then that's kind of what cost me the game, because I drew pretty insane this game minus like not seeing giants, but other than that I think just some bad decisions cost me this game for sure. Yeah, but that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See ya.